Are you confused when to use have, has, and had? If you're confused, don't worry. Watch this video till the end. In this video, I will tell you when to use have, has, and had. And welcome to my channel. This is Navneesh Art, and you're watching Learn Anything Anywhere. This is part 3 of Tenses series. I hope you have watched part 1 and part 2. If not, I would request you to watch part 1 and part 2 first and then come over here and watch part 3. The link for part 3 is available in the description. And also, on a daily basis, I upload 5 daily words. I hope you're watching those as well. If not, please go ahead and watch that as well. The links for those videos are also available in the description. And before we start with this video, in the description also I have mentioned a YouTube channel which is related to food and a YouTube channel related to games. I would request you to watch those videos as well. Please show some love and respect to those channels as well. So thank you so much for all your love and support, and let's dive into the video and understand when to use have, has, and had. Thank you so much. Let's do a quick recap. In part 2, we talked about 3 tenses and usage of helping verbs. The first tense that we learned is the present continuous tense. It is used for action happening now, for longer actions, and actions in the near future. The structure is subject plus am or is or are plus the V4, that is the ing form. Examples: I'm singing at the church today. Second example, the boys are playing football after school. In the first sentence, I is a subject, am is the helping verb, and singing is the action verb. Similarly, in the second sentence, boys is a subject, are is the helping verb, and playing is an action verb. The second tense that we learned is the past continuous tense. It is used for interrupted action in the past, or a specific time as an interruption in the past, or parallel actions in the past. The structure is subject plus was or were plus V4, that is the ing form. Example: the sun was shining every day that summer. Next example, they were making dinner when she arrived. In the first example, sun is a subject, was is a helping verb, and shining is an action verb. Similarly, they is a subject, were is a helping verb, and making is an action verb. The third tense that we learned is the future continuous tense. It is used for interrupted action in the future or a specific time of interruption in the future. It has 2 forms: will be doing and be going to be doing. The structure is subject plus will be, or be plus going to be plus V4, that is the ing form. Example: I'm going to be studying at my place. If anything happens, contact me. In this sentence, I is a subject, am going to be is a helping verb, and studying is the action verb. We also talked about when to use the helping verbs and verbs with or without s. We use have, do, go, verb without s, such as play, work, eat, drink, with I, we, they, you, and objects in plural. Similarly, we use has, does, goes, verb with s, such as plays, works, dances, with he, she, person's name, place's name, objects in singular. So now, today let us understand the other 3 tenses. The first tense we will understand today is the present perfect tense. Assume that this is the timeline. The present perfect tense is used to show an action that has taken place once or many times before now. Let's look at the usage. It is used for unspecified time before now. We use the present perfect to say that an action happened at an unspecified time before now. The exact time is not important. For example, she has seen that movie 20 times. In this example, it is not mentioned when did she see the movie. Another example, people have traveled to the moon. In this example as well, it is not mentioned when did the people travel to the moon. It is also used for experiences. You can use the present perfect to describe your experience. For example, I have the experience of teaching English. Let's look at another example. I have been to France. This sentence means that you have had the experience of being in France, but it's not mentioned the duration. Second example, I think I have seen that movie before. In this example as well, it is not mentioned when, but it talks about my experiences. It is also used for changes over time. We often use the present perfect to talk about changes that has happened over a period of time. For example, you have grown since the last time I saw you. In this example, I'm telling someone that you grew and there's a change over a period of time. Another example, the government has become more interested in education system. In this example as well, it talks about the change of interest of the government. We use have with I, we, they, you and objects in plural. Similarly, we use has with he, she, person's name, place's name, objects in singular. The structure is has or have plus V3 form. If you're not sure about the V3 form, please watch part 1 of the tenses and the link is available in the description. Let's look at the structure in the examples mentioned earlier. She is a subject, has is the helping verb, seen is the V3 form of see. People is the subject, have is the helping verb, traveled is the V3 form of travel. I is a subject, have is the helping verb, been is the V3 form of is. I is a subject, have is the helping verb, seen is the V3 form of see. You is a subject, have is the helping verb, grown is the V3 form of grow. Government is a subject, has is the helping verb, became is the V3 form of become. Let's do a quick recap. We use the present perfect tense for unspecified time before now, for experiences and changes over time. The structure is has or have plus V3 form. Never use a specific time when you use have plus V3 form in a sentence. For example, I have worked with XYZ company for 2 years is incorrect. The correct sentence is I worked with XYZ company for 2 years, which is a simple past tense. Now, as I hope you have understood the present perfect tense, let us understand the next tense, that is the past perfect tense. Again, let's assume that this is a timeline. It is used to show that an action took place once or many times before another point in the action. It has 2 completed actions. Let's look at the usage. It is used for completed action before something in the past. The past perfect expresses the idea that something occurred before and another action in the past. Let's look at one example. I had never seen such a beautiful beach before I went to Kerala. In this example, there are 2 actions in the past. Number 1, I had never seen. Number 2, I went to Kerala. Both the actions are completed in the past. Second example, she only understood the movie because she had read the book. In this example as well, there are 2 actions in the past. The first action is she only understood and the second action is she had read the book. Both the actions are completed in the past. The past perfect tense is also used for duration before something in the past. We use the past perfect to show that something started in the past and continued up until another action in the past. For example, we had that car for 10 years before it broke down. So in this example, we are talking about we had the car for 10 years. The second example is by the time Alex finished his studies, he had been in London for over 8 years. In this example, it states that Alex was in London for over 8 years and he completed his studies. The structure is had plus past participle. Let's look at the structure in the given examples. I is a subject. Had is the helping verb. Seen and went is the V3 form and it's an action verb. She is a subject. Had is the helping verb. Understood and read is the action verb in the V3 form. We is the subject. Had is the helping verb. Broke is V3 form of break. Alex is the subject. and he is a subject. Had is the helping verb. Finished is the V3 form of finish. Let's do a quick recap. We use the past perfect tense for completed action before something in the past, or duration before something in the past. The structure is had plus past participle along with the subject. I hope you have understood these two tenses. Now let us understand today's last tense, that is future perfect tense. The future perfect tense has two actions that will be completed in the future. It has two different forms, will have done and be going to have done. Let's look at the usage. It is used for completed action before something in the future. It helps us to express the idea that something will occur before another action in the future. For example, by next November, I will have received my promotion. Another example, I'm not going to have finished this test by 3 o'clock. It is also used for duration before something in the future. We use the future perfect tense to show that something will continue up until another action in the future. For example, I will have been in London for 6 months by the time I leave. Another example, by Monday, Susan is going to have had my book for a week. The structure is subject plus will have plus past participle, or subject plus am, is, are plus going to plus past participle. Let's look at the structure in the mentioned example. I is a subject, will have is the helping verb, received is the action verb. I is a subject, am going to have is the helping verb, finished is the action verb. I is a subject, will have is the helping verb, been is the action verb. Susan is the subject, is going to have is an action verb. Let's do a quick recap on future perfect tense. The future perfect tense is used for completed action before something in the future, duration before something in the future. The structure is will have plus past participle. Also, subject plus am or is or are plus going to have plus past participle. So these were three tenses for today. I hope you have liked this video, and this was part 3 of tenses. I will soon upload part 4, which is the last part for the tenses series. I would request to like, subscribe, share and comment on my video. Especially share the video with your friends who wants to learn English and wants to make a difference in their career. Thank you for watching today's video.